Getting into DLC 3 of Mech Builder. As soon as it loads up. But they got Kamen Rider stuff. I'm so happy. So happy. Kamen Rider's awesome show. It's like one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite Japanese shows because they don't really show it in the US so much. But they do, like, you know, you can catch it on some YouTube channels. And, like, there's clips of everything everywhere and stuff. But, yeah. Kamen Rider's a fun series. And it's very topical, especially nowadays. Do you want to see someone use the powers of good to defeat evil? Any Kamen Rider would do. If you want to see what's it? Casper the Friendly Ghost capture and beat up go to white boys with the sauce to make them into hoodies. Kamen Rider Ghost. Kamen Rider 000 is a boy and a disembodied hand go on an adventure to collect Chuck E. Cheese tokens and defeat evil. That's always a fun one. But to be very topical, there's a Kamen Rider where the main story is a business CEO of a computer company becomes Kamen Rider to defeat the evilest version of Chat GPT and AI and corrupted AI possible. All with the power of kicking like a cricket. So if you get a chance and want to check it out, go check it out. Anyway, so settings, make sure full screen on. Yep, let me turn that down a little bit that way, turn that down a little bit that way. There we go. Yeah. But now we're gonna get into this because there's new DLC, which I should already have done. Let me double check. Yeah, I already have this. I thought I didn't. Yeah, we done DLC 2. Now we're on DLC 3. Kamen Rider. This is some angelic mechs and demonic mechs. So we're gonna start on Kamen Rider first, because why the hell not? I wish I could play some Kamen Rider music right now. But yeah, also, but that Kamen Rider I told you about, the one that fights the evil Chat GPT, Kamen Rider 01. Damn good show. So if you want to, you want to watch something that gives you a little hope to, like, the humanity defeating the evils of AI and Gronk and all that crap, Kamen Rider 01. Definitely don't want to watch. There's a bunch of different ones though, but like it's always been funny to sit there and like, yeah, that's the one. It's actually one of my favorite. Like, it's not like the biggest favorite one, but it's like a new favorite one I've been liking. One of my favorite ones has to be Forze, which is Japanese school bully ends up being a member of the space group of the space club, the Japanese after school club for the space club, for those who want to go to space, ends up becoming a Kamen Rider so he can go to space and fight aliens, all while understanding how cool space really is. So, a lot of coolness in that one. But there's Kamen Rider Kiva, which is also a fun one of mine I liked, which is what if Vampire the Masquerade was a Kamen Rider? I mean, in all honesty, that's what it was. That's what it is. It's like, what if Kamen Rider was a part of Vampire the Masquerade? That's pretty basic, simple. So how much it pretty much goes. So, yeah. It's a Vampire Kamen Rider. My other one, the one that got me back into Kamen Rider, because my first original Kamen Rider I watched was Kamen Rider Black. Such a good show. Old show, but such a good show. But the premise of Kamen Rider, but that's one of my old, like my classic favorites. But the premise of Kamen Rider, what's the one? Kamen Rider Kiva, I think it is. There's a Kamen Rider called Kamen Rider Kiva that came out. It's a part of the Tosei, because there's two different. There's Shota and then there's Tosei riders. There's two different generations, technically. And the one I grew up on originally was the first was the Shota, which was the original stuff, and now there's the new age stuff that's come out years later, kind of thing. But yeah, the one Kamen Rider that got me back into the show that got me back into Kamen Rider was Kamen Rider Kuva, Kuuva, and what got me back into that series, in all honesty, was the fact that it was the first time I watched a Kamen Rider throw so many hands against a monster that he beat it to death without using special powers. Mind you, dude slaughtered an orphanage, so well deserved. Very well deserved. But like, yeah, no, Kuva said, I'm not gonna do what everybody else does as a Kamen Rider. I'm beating his ass, and he's gonna die. And I'm gonna make sure of it with my own hands, which he did. And to every other monster in the Kamen Rider Kuva storyline, sat there and went, that motherfucker's a serial killer. I don't want to fight him. And so when he showed up to fight him, they would beg him sometimes, please use the power weapon. Hit me with a rider kick. I don't want the hands. I don't want the smoke. It's like, they were like, nope, nope. They saw what he did to their buddy. They're like, no, nope, not me. Like, I'm evil. I'm not that evil. You ain't gotta throw hands like that. Look it up. Kamen Rider Kuva. Like, just beat stuff, breaks stuff. Like, bloody mess to a bloody pulp level of like, just whoop the dude. Just whoop that dude's ass. And like I said, the monster deserved it. He murders an entire orphanage in a village, pretty much. Just to get Kamen Rider to like acknowledge he's a monster. Like, did it for the most stupidest reasons and did the most fucked up thing possible. Right? Sent Kuva off his breaking point. And it was like the first Kamen Rider to come out and go, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of you. And you are going to be a bloody mess until I say I'm done. Oh, it was horrible. It was like the most like, this is not what Kamen Rider does as a Kamen Rider, but still, it's something we all kind of wanted to see. To watch a Kamen Rider just like the wet buds too. Oh, it was nasty, but it was beautiful. Like I said, oh boy deserved it. Oh boy definitely deserved it. But yeah. And like that episode, like that sparked some controversy with Kamen Rider. But yeah. So there is, I know a lot of people have seen the meme of this. There's a meme where there's a guy in a Power Ranger style suit with a helmet on, and he's sitting there washing his clothes in a wash bin by hand, and then he stops, looks like he's sitting there washing. He looks over, sees a washing machine, and he goes back cleaning. He stops, looks up, and then washes his clothes in the machine. That meme, that's Kamen Rider. That's from a Kamen Rider. That's Kamen Rider Wizard. That's what if Kamen Rider was in Hogwarts? That's Kamen Rider Wizard. That's pretty much. It's Kamen Rider Hogwarts. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's what it is. It's Kamen Rider if he was a wizard. If he was Harry Potter. Like, I'm not even joking. Not bad. It's not a bad one. It's not my favorite, but like, it was alright. But yeah. But there's so many different Kamen Riders that like super funny and super cool, but there's also like some crazy ones. There's a Kamen Rider where like, what's the best way to put it? What's the best way to put this one? A boy and his friends travel on a mystical ghost train and battle evil using bipolar ghosts who have to fight, who are fighting for the control of the boy's soul, but instead end up becoming his best friends. It's a weird one. There's one like that. I don't remember the name of that one yet. There's another one where it's a universe. There's a one. It's Gaim. There's Kamen Rider Gaim, where by the power of fruit and magic, I will be the most popular kid in school. That's literally the premise of Gaim. I will be the most popular kid in school using an orange, using the power of oranges, to become the greatest Kamen Rider ever in the school, in society. I wish I was joking, but that's the actual premise. Like, it's like one of the premises of the shows. It's so ridiculously stupid, but it's funny as hell. It's worth it. It's really worth the fun to watch, too. I think this one might be based off of Gets, which is one of the later ones that came out, more recent ones that came out. So I'm not sure, but this might be Gets, which that one's a pretty good one too. Gets is pretty good. Gets is Hunger Games meets Kamen Rider, in my opinion. And you know, things are just corrupt in there as it is in the Hunger Games. So there's that one. But yeah, like, I wish like there was a way to watch Kamen Rider in the US that wasn't like, you know, you gotta pay an exorbitant amount of money to buy it and to watch it. And I mean, sometimes Twitch will have the old school Kamen Rider stuff up on their page. Like, they have a page for Kamen Rider stuff sometimes. And I hope, you know, like, and I know they used to show the old Showtay stuff, the original stuff, but not the new stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, this one, I think it's supposed to be Gets, because Gets kind of has the similar color scheme. I could be wrong. This could be somebody else. This could be a different Kamen Rider. This could be one of the other this could be one of the other riders. Because it's not just the main Kamen Rider, there's also side Kamen Riders that are part of the main crew that are also really cool too. One of my other personal favorite Kamen Riders that come out recently was me and my friends will use the power of animal stamps to save the world, and it's a pretty good one. That's a really good one there, where it's got a lot of great characters. It's got a lot of great story to it. I just don't remember the names of them sometimes because my brain goes blank when I start talking about names, minus certain ones that like are super, super memorable because I binged the hell out of them when I could. Like Kuva and Kiba and Forze, of course, and Wizard and Ghost. I got to binge those a little bit. But that was due to other reasons. There. That there. That there, that there. That there, that there, that there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Okay. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be in the realm of Forze. Or not Forze. This is either supposed to be Kamen Rider Gets, or maybe like a modified version of Kamen Rider Decade. Which Kamen Rider Decade was interesting. Kind of odd, but interesting. And what I mean by that is Kamen Rider Decade, the story behind that one is the main Kamen Rider has to go through a time warp, like has to travel through time and take pictures of different Kamen Riders of the past so he can gain their powers to use in the future to stop a Kamen Rider who is stealing all the powers of the evil Kamen Riders from the past and using them to destroy the future. It's a weird one, but it's not bad. It's not crazy. Speaking of Kuma, speaking of Mr. I throw hands and you're gonna take it. Right here. This looks like this is almost Kuma level. And like I said, that dude, God almighty. And I love when cause Kamen Rider will do this too. Cause Power Rangers is based off of Super Sentai. And it's where Saban got all their stuff from it in the past. And funny enough, the Super Sentai stuff that a lot of people grew up with was season, I want to say the latest, what we got for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was season 17 of Super Sentai. I'm not even kidding. And the story of it's completely different from what we got in America. In all honesty, truth, that it's not the same story whatsoever. There you go. It is a completely different story. Completely different story. Well, not completely different. There's some stuff that's the same, but a lot of stuff has changed. A lot of things were changed over. And, but yeah, no, okay. Ah, there it is. Does not go there. Goes there. That goes there. Okay. I'm gonna put these over to the side for now because I want to make sure that's all together. Ooh, pardon me. That, and that. But yeah, no, when I saw this, when I saw that Mech Builder had this as a DLC, I instantly was like, I need to buy this. I need to get this. I need to make this. I need to do all this stuff as soon as possible. Because like I said, I'm a big fan of Kamen Rider. And the fact they have Kamen Rider as a mech is amazing. And they did pick some good ones. They picked some really good ones. They picked the classic look, of course, because you got to have the classic look. The original look, original classic look, you got to have that. Just wouldn't be doing Kamen Rider fans justice if you didn't, kind of thing, in all honesty. But yeah, no, Kamen Rider, man. There's so many crazy stories to Kamen Rider. There's a meme that goes around, and it's from Kamen Rider. It's not from Power Rangers or Super Sentai. It's a Kamen Rider meme because it actually kind of happens in the show, where one of the Kamen Riders goes, "I will defeat you with the meme goes, I will defeat you with the power of friendship and this gun I found. I wish it was a joke, but that's kind of how it goes in the show." That's the reason why the meme works, because it's that's what happens. He's like, I don't know how, I have no other weapons to defeat you and my powers aren't working. Luckily, I found this gun and I'm going to use it on you. And he starts shooting him. I'm not even kidding. It's fucking crazy. Some crazy ass moments in Kamen Rider, man. It is insane. But it's such a good show. It still holds up too. Even after all the years. It still holds up. In fact, I've only seen clips of it. But there is a Kamen Rider anime technically. Well, two. There's two of them. But technically there's a new one out. By all technicalities, there's a new one out. Which is Tomoya wants to be a Kamen Rider, I think it's what it's called. If I remember correctly. I think that's what the show's called. Tomoya wants to be a Kamen Rider. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up later. But yeah, that's They talk about a good show. Damn, that's a damn good show. Honestly, like it really is a damn good show. And heard a lot of people singing the praises of it, and I've only seen bits and pieces here and there. So, but from what I could tell, from what I've seen, it's holding up to the hype of a Kamen Rider show, of like what a Kamen Rider show could be. So, I'm all for it. Like I said, I've seen some clips here and there on YouTube, thanks to Crunchyroll, and some stuff on TikTok, you know, and it's on like Reels and stuff, and like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff of it, of that show. Oh, dude, fist fights a bear, which sounds crazy, but that could happen in the Kamen Rider show. There's a lot of craziness to Kamen Rider, just plain and simple. A lot of craziness to that damn show. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with that anime, and if I get the chance to check it out, I definitely am going to. And if you're a fan of Kamen Rider, from what I can tell so far, a lot of fans of Kamen Rider really like the show, so it's definitely a watch through. Definitely worth the watch, apparently. So, yeah. Take that as you will in that regard. But yeah, this is Kuva. This is fucking Kuva. You can't tell me otherwise. This ain't Kuva. This ain't I am throwing hands, Mr. I'm gonna throw hands. Kamen Rider. Can't lie to me about that. Damn. Kuga, man. Fucking Kuga. But yeah. Like, there are Kamen Rider shows that fit every motif that you can look for. Like, what is it? The one that a lot of people watch for Kamen Rider is Kamen Rider Joker. Kamen Rider W, where it's two guys who become one Kamen Rider technically. And that's a good one. Really crazy story sometimes, but really not a bad one though. Not that bad of a one though, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, they got the ultimate form too. Nice. We're gonna stick with the Kuva colors, because why not? Because this boy throws hands. You better pray you die quickly. Honestly, I was like, that dude got so rocked. That dude, oh, I felt bad for that. I kind of felt bad for the monster, like for a little bit, not a long time, but for like a few seconds. I was like, oh, like, because it wasn't so much I felt bad for the monster for what he did, and he didn't deserve it. He totally deserved it, but I felt bad because no one deserves an ass whooping that bad. That was an ass whooping. That was a scar you for life ass whooping. That's a next time you see Kamen Rider Kuga, you go, hey, if we got any beef, let me know. Cause I never want to piss you off. Levels of like worry. Like, hey, if we've ever had any issues, let me know so I can fix it. Cause yeah, no, I don't want the smoke. No, plain and simple. It's what it is. It's what it was. So yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's what Kuga. That's who Kuga was. Picture. Put it with the other ones. All right. This one here's the one I was just talking about before Kuga. This is based off of Kamen Rider W, where you got two people who have these USB sticks that give them the Kamen Rider powders in their belt, But to make the best Kamen Rider possible, one person uses their USB stick to activate their belt, and their consciousness and their powers gets teleported via USB stick to the other, and they become one person fighting monsters and evil Kamen Riders and stuff like that. It's a weird show, but it works. And a lot of the fan love, like a lot of the people who love it, it's because it is a really good story. It's got literally a lot of good funny moments. It's got a lot of good moments in it as well for other stuff story wise. But a lot of people like it because, you know, fan base. It's just weird. So I mean, it's gonna happen. The guys look like they belong in a J-pop band. So a lot of the ladies like Kamen Rider W for that reason. Just do whatever, you know. No yucking anybody's yum here by any means, but like, the reason why a lot of it gets hype. Honestly, it catches the female gaze very easy for a lot of reasons, and a lot of AO3 fans really like that one. Just to put it that way. So, just to give you an idea of why people like Kamen Rider W a lot, why it gets a lot of hype and popularity, which I don't care. Like I liked it for the show. The show was fun. The premise of it was pretty cool. I had a lot of questions that really never got answered, but well, that's Kamen Rider for you. Sometimes you ask questions like, hey, how come if you get like with like Kiba, like Kamen Rider Kiba, if you become a vampire because the thing bites you, because your belt bites you, how do you not become a vampire? How do you not become a vampire anymore after that? Like, some weird stuff. There's some weird rules to Kamen Rider stuff sometimes. So. I mean, it's whatever. Okay. Trying to see if anything connects to anything else, because when we get to this level, like, that's the belt. I know that's the belt, folks. Just trying to find the pieces that. There we go. There it is. There we go. There's that. Okay. There. Okay. That connects together. That does not connect there though, so okay. Alright. Alright. We're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Starting to move and groove here a little bit. Alright. 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 Alrighty. Alrighty. Nope, not there yet. Okay. Not that and that. Okay. That goes there. That goes there. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Okay. That there. Yep. Okay. Okay. Where's the other one? I know there's another piece for that. Oh, this is this. Yep. Okay. There we go. Yep. There we go. All right. Now we're clicking. Now we're thinking with power. Nintendo power. Yep. Yep. There we go. All right. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting to her. There we go. I knew it would take a moment for me to realize what I need to get done with it. By golly, and I got it done. So move this over here to chat. Make sure chat was here. All right. Yep. Yep. Maybe I don't have the things for that just yet. I forget that, you know, because it's been so long since we've done this one. We've done this game. That sometimes when you get later on, it gets in more and more smaller pieces. And you have to redo stuff as well. You have to do different measurements for different stuff that gets a little thinner and thinner each time. Kind of thing. There we go. There. That there. That there. Come on. There we go. Alright, got that done. Alright. And cut this up. So, I'm gonna say this because I think about it now and like it would be the perfect time to do it. Because it's got my brain thinking about, oh, well, I've got this one thing I still need to do. So, I'm going to say this. If tomorrow night nothing gets announced in the sense of some new game being announced in regards of it coming out very, very soon levels of kind of things. Like, oh, this game's coming out today kind of thing, or coming out within the holiday season kind of thing, and we're not be, you know, kind of situation. I realize, because I'm sitting here building these, I still have a Gundam to build that I bought for myself for to do on my birthday. And I never got the chance to do it because I worked on something else. So I'm thinking the Monday I get back, which will be the 29th, if I'm able to do so, and I have the energy to do so, I might be doing a live Gundam build again. So we might have another Bob Ross stream, as I call him. And IRL build a Gundam, if possible. So yeah. There it is. That's the color scheme I want. Because honestly, the piece here would be a W. And like this would be purple and this would be green, it'd be flipped. So green would be over here, purple would be over there. That's what it would be. So. But we'll do it as it says to do it, so. Dang it. Alright. Red for the eyes. That's actually a real thing. That's a lighter gray. There we go. So are the hinges. So that piece is, and the hands. There and there. That there and there. This gets the full black. This gets the beautiful Mr. Black. All right. That stays gray. And then the green. Because, Kamen Rider W, it's actually a blackish, like a blackish purple color, and the green color. But it's different. It's on the other sides of each other, so it's, copyright reasons to get away with, not getting trouble for it, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. And now, for this. Remember what I said earlier, the story of Kamen Rider, where it's a boy and his best friend who was a severed hand go collecting Chuck E. Cheese tokens? Kamen Rider 000. That's what this one's based off of. And I wish I was joking, but I mean, that's the base premise of the show. A boy and a disfigured hand go on the hunt for Chuck E. Cheese tokens to save the world. I wish I was joking, but that's the nitty-gritty of the fucking premise of that show. Such a weird show. It's a really good show. It's really good. Story's amazing. Like, as much jokes as I make about, like, the premise of that show's really good. 000 is a really good one. Like, that'll pull on the heartstrings a good bit, too. Like, it doesn't get a lot of love like it deserves, like, in all honesty. Like, it's a damn good version of it's a damn good Kamen Rider show. But yeah, like, the premise of it is really weird though. Yeah, it's like, you go hunting for so the hand of the former guardian Kamen Rider of these mystical coins finds our main protagonist, helps him find 3 of the original coins of power, per se, and helps him, helps the main hero become the newest Kamen Rider, right? Which in turn leads him to go hunt down for the other coins, which also leads into an ensuing battle with, like, his best friend, who is using the coins to, like, get himself and his family out of poverty, though that's the wrong way of doing it. The main villain of the story is actually, I think, his brother, his brother, who was given up because they were homeless, and they were separated due to adoption, I think. And he became a spiteful asshole. And the only reason why he was doing the stuff he was doing is because he was trying to find his brother. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's the reason why he became a villain. It's because he's like, well, no one's going to help me find my brother, so I'm going to do what I can and use whatever is available to me to locate and find my brother who's been missing all these years, since no one wants to help me. And, like, that's the premise of the show, I think. I think it's the reason why the brother does what he does. Could be wrong. Could be dead wrong. But I think that's what happens in the show. Don't super quote me on that, but I think that's the premise of the show. Been wrong before, though, so it is what it is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will admit, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong on it. I don't know where this goes. Goes somewhere there. But yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of good Kamen Rider shows. There's a lot of good, like, setups and premises for Kamen Rider. That's gotta be a lake. No, that might be an art. No, it might be a lake. I think this might be lake, so not there for now. Clip this. Clippy clip. Clippy clippy. Nippity snip, 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 snip. But yeah. So the videos for these YouTube wise will go out way later than normal. Due to the fact that like I'm trying to make sure there's something to put up on YouTube in a sense before I go on holiday. So these streams will be broken up into 2 episodes. So if you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, there's another episode before this. We played a game called Restory. Go check it out. It's a really cool game. I got to be a part of the playtest for it, and it was really fun. Really cool thing to do. So go check it out if you haven't already. Fun little retro repair shop game. If you get the chance to do it, I would highly suggest it. There, this goes here and here and here and here. That goes there, that goes there. Still don't know where those two go. But that goes there, that goes there. Right. Snip this. Took me a moment to like lean in and look. It was right there though. Okay. That's where that went. I knew it went somewhere close to the body. Alright. Get these clipped up. Kind of going. That there. That there. Feels like that should go there, but it's not. So I don't know. We'll leave those to the side for now. I'll clip the last little bit of this here. Here, that one goes there. That's that and that. That goes to that. That goes to that. That goes there, and that goes there. Goes there. That there. That there. There we go. Woo. All mass smiles completed. Hell yeah. Alright. Yeah, gold version, normal version. We'll do normal version. Why not? That. That one there. bars. There. Okay. Now for the red. That there. That there. And everything else. Coated in darkness. There we go. Oh. There it is. Yeah. That's all of it. Sweet. So yeah. And done. Oh yeah. Alright. How long have I been going for? Hold on. How long have I been going for, chat? Let me a moment. Look here and see. Oh, shit. 2.5 hours. So. I can do one more. I can do like one of each of the other DLCs. So we'll do one Holy Mech, and we'll do one Devil Mech, and we'll call it there for tonight. Because, yeah, I want to get the doing. I could have just came over here and done this like a dummy. Could have just done this. I could see there. See how long I've been going. Yeah, we'll do one of each. We'll do one we'll do one devil and one angel mech, and then we'll call it quits there, because I want to get some food and get some stuff done before I have to, go to sleep tonight and get things ready for tomorrow for Game Awards. Stream for the Game Awards tomorrow, because it starts at 7:30 my time, so 7:30 p.m. On the East Coast. But we'll be live, and I'll probably do some Mech Builder. I'll probably work on the other mechs until Game Awards pops up. So that's what we'll probably do tomorrow to make up for time of everything going on and stuff. So that's what we'll probably do. So tomorrow I'll finish up the Mech Builder stuff after these two mechs, and then tomorrow we'll do the reaction to Game Awards. See what happens, see what's new, see what exciting things are coming out for, the future of video gaming, while also seeing who takes home any prizes or anything like that. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll work on seeing who will be your Angle or who will be your Damon, or Matt Damon. Tomorrow we'll finish up that, and then, like I said, when the Game Awards come on, we'll stream it, watch it live, see the reactions and stuff. I will, by the way, be turning off notifications during the Game Awards for safety reasons, and most likely the stuff from Game Awards might not be on YouTube. I don't know yet because of copyright issues, but we'll see. We'll see how much damage is done with the Game Awards situation, and if it's gonna help or hinder the YouTube side of stuff from the reactions of it. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, we'll finish up the DLC for this tomorrow after we get done this last one. And we'll finish up the last of these and these tomorrow. We're going to do this last one here. Hopefully before the Game Awards happens. And then we'll sit there and yap and hang out and watch new trailers along with who wins what. We might put some predictions up, if people want to vote on them. Depends on what you all want to do. If you got any ideas of what else we should do for the Game Awards for tomorrow night, go to the Discord. Pop them into the general chat or the random chat, one of the two. And let your vote be known of what you think would be some cool ideas to do while we're watching the Game Awards, or, what your predictions might be for who's going to win what award this year at the Game Awards, Let me know your votes and stuff, and what are you excited to see, and who you think's going to be a part of it. We'll talk about it more tomorrow night too, but get a little quick heads up, go to the Discord and, check it out there. Let me know there what you think, who you think's going to win, the big prize of Game of the Year, or who's going to win, best music of the year, or, who do you think's going to show up for the Game Awards, or what game do you think's going to be announced this year via the Game Awards, via being a part of the Game Awards and stuff, I think these go on the back, honestly, but don't have the things yet to put them on there, I think. We'll see. There we go. That there. That there. That there. Come on. Come on. That there. That there. There we go. Nope. Not yet. Clip these off of here, like so. There we go. And this to there. These have to go here, right? Yeah. There it goes. All right. Angle is done. Damens are done. Main menu. There we go. Back to the main menu. But chat, I'm gonna call it there. I think it's been enough for tonight, for a little bit. We'll make this a 2-part episode technically, or I'll add this in with the other stuff when I go to edit this tomorrow night with the Angles and Demons Mech Builder stuff, before we do any more with the VGAs before that night. But to everybody watching, thank y'all for watching. All right, back to there. Angel number 2. All right, but yeah, we're gonna do a lot. It's been a long while since I've streamed on a Thursday too, also. So pardon me for having a lot of mess ups right now, because I'm not used to streaming on Thursdays anymore. I never really streamed much on Thursdays, except for a little bit, or it was a special event. So I'm still, and also it's been a long while since we streamed on the PC side of stuff too. So that's on me though, because I've been focusing on the Xbox stuff, so the PC doesn't run extra hard with a lot harder than it needs to with the game running plus OBS running and stuff. So, I mean, it can with this game and a few other games, but other games not so. But there's like one or two games it won't do so well on like that. So. Come on. Gosh, money. There for now. So, let's get the clipping. Getting to clip this up. But yeah, so I got an alarm set on my phone for 6:50, 6:55, 6:50. So that way, if we're not done in time with doing this and getting all the stuff done for Mech Builder for the DLC, like we were working on yesterday, because yesterday we did the Kamen Rider stuff. We'll have time to. That should go there. Maybe not. Okay. We should have plenty of time for me to set stuff up for not only the reaction to Title Update 4, which will be its own separate video thing, but also to the reaction of the Stream Awards itself to see what's going to happen this year and see what craziness comes about it. There we go. There we go. Now it's clicking. But there are some stuff. There are some games like I'm hoping to see trailers for, or some announcements for stuff. Like I'm hoping to see trailers for some Monster Hunter stuff. I'm hoping to see some trailers for the stuff for what is it called? I'm trying to remember now. My brain's farting here at the moment. Hold on. But there's reactions, there's trailers or like announcements for like the Okami game that got announced. That's in the works. Trailers for like Monster Hunter stuff, for like just games in general that's haven't been seen in a while. You know, getting some stuff for that kind of thing. There we go. Okay. And, you know, just see what happens tonight. Because, like, I'm in it for the, like I told you, like I said last night, we're in it for the trailers more than anything else. Not so much the, we're not trying to watch it for the, like, the award stuff will be fun and stuff to watch along with it, but we're mainly watching for the trailers, honestly, tonight, so. You think that would fit there, but no, it don't. It's weird. Not there either. Okay. Not any of those. Okay, that's interesting. This might be wing pieces then. I don't know. Thing. Very interested to see what happens tonight. Also very interested to see what happens with the Mon Hunt, the Monster Hunter stuff, because still trying to see what's going on with that stuff there, because, you know, I didn't watch the update yet. I'm gonna try to watch that before we watch the Game Awards tonight, so that way I know what to expect to see at the Game Awards. That was most likely covered. At Title Update 4, so that way I know what to expect and what not to expect that way. I mean, there's still hope. I'm still holding out hope that we get where does that go to? Still holding out hope that we get some stuff for, you know, we might get something like the DLC announcement maybe. which I don't see it, which I could see it happening, but at the same time, I could also not see it happen because the title update 4 dropping and them starting to announce Elder Dragons. That way it might work. Interested to see if we get anything about, you know, that divinity thing, statue thing. And to see if we get anything else for a bunch of other things as well, because a lot of speculation been running around lately on stuff. But yeah, I'm expecting like stuff for. I'm expecting stuff for Okami. I'm expecting stuff for Final Fantasy. Maybe some stuff for the for Obscura 33. Maybe announcing some new stuff happening, which is a strong possibility. These got to be leg pieces. It's got to be leg pieces or wing pieces, one of the two. I'll go there. Okay. Let's get that part out of the way. Let's do this because I think these connect to this here. But I'm also excited to see what the stuff was with the title update 4 as well, because, like, you know, title update 4's got some stuff going on. Well, it's an angel mech, so I mean, if you want to call it sexy, it's up to you. This is one of the angles. There we go. I guess it doesn't have feet. Yeah, because it doesn't have a feet situation there. All right. I might have to pull up the manual for that, though. But yeah, I figured we'd do this because we got some time before it hits around 6 o'clock, 6:50. Because title update 4 stream, the title update 4 stuff was maybe like an hour long. Or like, not an hour long, like 20 minutes long, I think it was. So like, it kind of makes sense to like try to do it that way with everything as well. I feel like these need to go together, but they're not fitting properly, so I don't know. Clip all this stuff together like this. But I'm excited to see what happens, you know? Because normally I just watch this. So this is my first time actually like streaming it. Proper. Thank you for the lurk, by the way. Thank you for doing lurk stuff there, by the way. Appreciate it. All right, that goes there. That goes there. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. That's fine. I know that there. Nope. This is odd. Trying to figure out all this shit goes. All right. It's not that. Not there. Okay. Okay. Nope. Huh. It feels like I'm missing pieces, but I'm not. You know? Which is odd. That's gonna go there, yeah. Alright, we're getting there. Slowly but sure, we're getting there. Starting to figure out some stuff, okay. Okay. Feels like it should connect there. Like it should be like right there. Yep. That and that. There we go. Ah, it took me a minute. I figured it out. There we go. Sorry about the chat. It took me a little bit. Figure that one out there. Yeah. Angel number 3. Ready. Let us go. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good bit of like fun stuff to happen tonight with the Game Awards. And like we get some announcements for some stuff that we haven't, heard about in a long while. Or, we get announcements for things that like, some updates for some stuff that release on a proper update time, kind of thing. I know some people have been waiting for some Kingdom Hearts stuff as well, which, fair. Been about it's been a few years. But I know with Kingdom Hearts, that can be tricky. So it's like, that could be a tricky thing with that. So they like to wait until they got everything to where they want it to. Because, look how long it took to get Kingdom Hearts 3's come out. So, But still hoping for the best for people to get, the games they want to come out and stuff announced for them. Chat, let me know what games you hope to get announced tonight. Or what trailers you hope to see tonight for what games. Of course, there's the Resident Evil stuff I'm hoping to see a little bit more of too, as well. That won't connect there for some reason just yet until I get other things done. So it's probably one of these situations. So we'll see what happens. But I am intrigued to see what everybody thinks is going to come out, tonight on Game Awards side of stuff. What games are going to be announced or what, expansions are going to be announced and, stuff that win Game of the Year, like the stuff that's going to win awards and stuff, it's, it's going to be pretty cool to see it. And like, it's whatever it happens. In my case, my own brain, because like, I'm like, whatever, I'm like, hey, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, oh well. I'm not going to be too upset about certain things, the winning or not winning tonight. Because I really don't have the only like 3 games I'm worried about and like 3 categories I'm worried about. And if they happen, they happen. If they don't, I know there's other games that could beat it. So it's whatever. The only thing I hope for the Game Awards, like awards wise, is a lot more indie companies get a lot more, they get a lot of the credit they deserve. And certain companies that think, pushing out the same slop over and over again is going to make them, Game of the Year quality, which is not. I'm also possibly expecting. I know they won't do it, but there's a good chance it might happen. There could be a chance that the WWE trailer comes out tonight for 2K26, because it wouldn't put it past them. Though normally they put that trailer out on WrestleMania. They could be changing their minds about like how they do stuff with the gaming side of things and might do it that way. Which, if they do, they do. They don't, they don't. The stuff I want to see trailers for, honestly, or like I want to see announcements for, the Okami 2 stuff, because I loved Okami 1. Anything Legacy of Kane, if it happens, because I know there's been talks about it. Still going to hold out for anything Bloodborne related, in all honesty. And that's my biggest copium right there. And then anything with the fighting game stuff, like Virtual Fighter or Tokon, things of that nature. Though I've not been like a big fan of 2XO. Like I'm still like, I'll give it a look, see how it plays out and stuff, because I'm not really a big fan of League's world and things, so it's whatever. But I mean, if it's a good fighting game, it's a good fighting game. Aha. Yep. Getting it. Get her going. All right. Clip this. But I figured we'd try to finish this up tonight before we get to the award show and the reaction stuff. So that way, if people who don't want to watch the Game Awards have something to watch before they leave tonight, And, it gives people time to like wait and like, get their predictions ready, get their stuff ready. So that way we have plenty of time to talk and chillax and hang out before the Game Awards start off, and, things start going hectic with that. So. There, and that there. There we go. Sweet. This has got a color to it too, I think, right? Yep. Okay. There were some colors to it. Okay. Yep. And this is this here, and this here, and that there, and that there, and that there. That there. The hands, okay. Kneecaps. Ankle parts. Yeah. I think that's it. Oh. That there. Alright, cool. Complete. Alright. Next one. But I figured I want to do something chill. Hang out with y'all, talking, chillax. Talk about what we got planned for going on stuff. Tomorrow, by the way, as a heads up for tomorrow, if I have the strength and energy to do so after streaming the night and getting all the stuff with the night going on, if I have the energy for it tomorrow, I will be playing the start, or at least part of it. We'll be playing Routine tomorrow night, which is a horror game. So be forewarned, if you're not a big fan of like spooky horror games or jump scare stuff that possibly could happen. Tomorrow night we're doing it, so just an FYI for you who are faint of heart in that department. So yeah. Or it's just not your cup of tea thing, There we go. I do also think we're going to get some stuff for Obscura 33 tonight, because it's just a hunch with me. That's going to happen. We're going to get some Obscura 33 stuff tonight because of the nominations and stuff and everything going on with it and stuff like that. It's a good chance for it. Possibly some Final Fantasy announcements of stuff, because that's happened before in the past. Might finally hear about the last part of the Final Fantasy series that's been remade. So there's that situation. I'm hoping to hear some stuff about Crazy Taxis too. I mentioned it yesterday. Like, I'm hoping to hear some Crazy Taxi news as well. So we'll see how that goes. Or at least some more news from the Sega team. You know, and the stuff they've been working on. All right. I'm hoping to hear something from them. I'm going to clip this because I feel like this is a back piece situation. Possibly. All right. Not what I thought it was. Okay. All right. Start working our way down this stuff here. Click those together. That there, that there. Uh-huh. I had a feeling this might be hip stuff. You never know, you can always double check it. Nope. All right. That. All right. That there. That. Let's move over. Thank you. See if that clipped anything over there. Looks like it doesn't though. So, I'm all off on clipping these for the moment until I get the rest of this body part figured out, so I can make sure that everything else that goes on is in its proper location. Yep. All right, now we'll clip this. But yeah, we'll do, we're going to be doing the stuff for, doing a little bit of horror stuff tomorrow night. Doing some routine, trying it out, seeing how that goes. Seeing if it's going to be a fun time to play or not, and, you know, get really sucked into it. All right. Get these hands clipped off. Come on. Chat, let me know if there's any audio issues with the sounds, you know, with the game sound, because I'm still working on making sure that works proper. If things keep going bad, we'll switch over to the Xbox and we'll put up the Title Update 2 stuff and watch it for the 20 minutes. And I'll give my thoughts on it and, you know, do some deep dive and stuff to talk about it. On how I feel it's going to go and, you know, go from there. that seems to be the case we need to do tonight. That there. That and that. Not there yet, okay. That goes there and there. That goes there. That goes there. Missing one more. I feel like this should go right there. It should go on the wrist. Like the wrist piece should go right there. It goes. It's just being a butt to connect to that one at the moment. There we go. Alright. Clip this stuff. That. There we go. Those doobie wings. There we go. All right. Now we're getting it. Yep. It feels like those go there. So. All right. And then this. Last little bit there. Goes. Okay, so it flips up there. That there, and then that there. There we go. What's the color scheme for you? Okay. This going. I will say this. I was watching last night before going to bed. I was watching the Hacksmith doing their hide and seek thing. And that is some crazy stuff to see. To watch. Because, like, I get it. Like, you know, you're getting a big pay. You're getting a big, you know, gift card. You're getting a big amount of money out of it for winning and this, that, and the other, you know, kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like, why would, you know, don't torture yourself for something that, you know, you might not win. Especially with those guys using using freaking heat sensor, like infrared and stuff. Like, come on. All right, that's done. Last angle. I might be able to get this one done and maybe one of the demons before we do the title day 4 stuff. But then, like I said, so after this, and we get to my alarm goes off. After my alarm gets set off, because I'm trying to make sure that gets set going. We'll be switching over to the Xbox, and I'll be muting the audio stuff for the alerts. Alerts will still go off. You just won't hear them go off. And if we get like a raid or something, you know, I'll mute the stream up and We'll say hi to the Raiders and stuff like that and everything before during the, if it happens during the video game awards and stuff. Come on, you. There. And that there. Yeah, I think this will be maybe take the fucking whole time. Shit. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I'm excited to see what happens with the Title Update 4 stuff, because we're going to watch Title Update 4 from Monster Hunter before we get to the Stream Awards. And hoping to see what comes about all the stuff tonight, because like I'm really hoping to see a lot of the trailer stuff happen tonight. And what new stuff gets announced that's coming out, or what's been in the works they're finally allowed to announce. So we'll see how that goes. Why does it not fit there? Right there. Okay. What am I missing here other than this? I must be missing something there for the headpieces. Maybe. All right, that's there, that's there. Oh, that's why. I was thinking that was the head. I was like, why is that not connecting? That's why. It's the fucking body, not the head. There. That there. That there. These here. All right. Flip this. Go. Nope, not there with that. Okay. Let's see what we get of this here. Nope. Well, this stuff can go over here for now, I guess, until we get the rest of the stuff figured out. So, but chat, let me know what before there's let's stop and stuff, everything like that. Also, a reminder for my people who are lurking: if you want your view to go count, your view to count towards the stream, make sure you hit the one channel point for the lurkers. So that way Twitch will remember that, people lurk in this stuff and they like watching people's content in a different way sometimes. And that they shouldn't force people to watch content one way or the other. But I get with the ViewBot situation, I get it, all too well. So. Nope. All right. There it goes. All right. Starting to cook with it now. Yep. That there. That there and that there. Those there. Okay. There. Not that there. This piece. What we got here for this? Where does this go? I think it's going to go down here, maybe. We'll see. There we go. Yep, those feet. Okay. Those were the feet. That's the hips. Alrighty. Flip all this stuff. This. There we go. That like that. Nope. Nope. Not that there. Okay. That, there. That. Right. Go. The hand pieces. It's good to know. Okay. See here now. There we go. Just that. It's those. Okay. Yep. All right. There we go. Starting to get it now, chat. Starting to get it now. Took a little couple of minutes, but I got it. We get it figured out. But yeah, chat, you tell me what you think you expect tonight. So what's going to happen with everything. You get a little precognition, like a little pre-stream vote. On what you think is going to happen tonight or what gets announced tonight, kind of thing. So. Okay, here we go. There's that. All right, that there. Okay, it's not there either. Okay. Yeah. This might work or something. All right, see here now. remind myself at the moment too, chat, because like I've been just dealing with stuff today and trying to get certain stuff to work. As you saw earlier, there's been a nuisance and my stress levels have been up a little bit, so I'll definitely be taking something tonight to help relieve it, say the least. All right, that's not done yet there. Okay. Last little bit of the puzzle here. Before we start painting it. All right. That there. That there. Yep. Yep. Where does this go? That there. There we go. Oh, okay. They went up that way. All right, cool. That's all done there for the angels. All the angles are done. There we go. All right. Try to get a Damon done before the timer goes off, because I want to make sure we have time to set up everything for the alerts and stuff like that, or the alerts and also like the stuff for the Xbox to go on and get it going and stuff. So there isn't too much of a lag issue with the audio, hopefully. Because for those of you who are watching me, I'm on the East Coast time of the US, so Stream Awards will not be till 7:30, so we're trying to do some stuff before the Stream Awards go off. So that way it gives people time to get in and get themselves ready to go, so they can have snacks and everything and be ready to, jump, hoop, and holler for whatever gets shown off tonight. Ah, cool. All right. All right, so that there, it's here. All right, clip this up here. Let's see here now. Thank you for the lurk, Martin, by the way. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Hope you're getting to do some fun things tonight with the family and friends and stuff. Appreciate the lurk out either way though. Definitely excited to see what happens tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Why is nothing connecting right now? Move these over here for now. Let's get some body work going. There we go. Of course, it would be a pain in the ass for the demons to be all kinds of frickered up. Yeah. And as a reminder, make sure to do the channel point for the lurk as well, because I know Twitch has not been letting the exclamation lurk thing work right now. So anybody lurking, who wants to make sure their votes counted towards the stream for any kind of like flipping, what is it called? Like stream, like what's it? The thing where you I cannot think at the moment. My brain farted there. Shit. How did my brain fart there for something? Oh, for the for your stream streak, your stream streaks, because sometimes they won't acknowledge it on that or on other stuff if it's not a channel point notification right now, because they want to make sure they don't get still trying to fight the view botters situation. That's still happening. So make sure you use your channel point that way if need be. Yeah. I thought maybe that went there. All right. A weird ass build, I swear that much. Come on. Come on, you. Yeah. That's that. Nope, not that there. Someone got blocked on there from view bots. Okay. Where's this stuff gonna go? Jeez. Because that's that, and that's that there. So I know that's that there. All right, that goes there. That goes there. All right, good to know. Not that kind of situation there for that. That's interesting. Okay. This has been one of the weirdest ones so far tonight. This one right here for this DLC build. Where's one in a long time, I'll say at least. So. Yep, okay. Okay. That feels like it should connect there, but it's not for some reason. There we go, that's okay. That goes there, okay. I may have to pull the book out on this one, because what the fuck? Oh, there we go. That connected there at least. Okay. There we go. Now we're getting some, now we're cooking with some fire. What the hell? Nope, not there. Not that. Okay. It feels like that should go there, but it's not going there. So, I don't know. That goes there, though. That goes there. All right. That there. That there. Starting to get some stuff together. Dang it. Just figuring out where the rest of this stuff goes. Which, believe you me, is easier said than done at the moment. Alright. Maybe this is the missing link. Oh. Yep. Maybe this is the missing piecing I was looking for to finish up the rest of it. We'll see what happens, chat. But yeah, reminder that 7:30 EST on the East Coast, Game Awards goes on. And we'll be watching it live. And a reminder that there will be no audio playing for the alerts tonight. To make sure that, you know, we get a good, clear hearing of what's going to happen and stuff tonight and everything like that. So. Yeah. No, weird ass goddamn kitten robot, man. Jeez. Yeah, okay. Here, God, that was a weird one. Oh, all right. We got in time for at least one more, I think. It only takes like 20 minutes. Hopefully, we're good. And then we'll do the, I'll do all the setup for the Xbox so we can watch via, oh, got it. We can watch via the Xbox on here to see the, because we're also going to do the, I keep saying, we're going to also be doing title update 4 for Monster Hunter tonight because it dropped today, or dropped it early this morning, and I was not going to be sitting and reacting to it at midnight because I needed some kind of sleep last night for tonight, so we'll be watching that as well. We're talking about that a little bit. I also have the notification set to alert me when Game Awards go live so we can sit there and be ready to, you know, chit chat and yap about everything going on Game Awards related. When it comes up. And remember, chat, I'm asking y'all, you know, what game trailers do you think is going to come out? You know, what stuff do you think is going to happen tonight with the Game Awards? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to come out on top? Who do you think is going to do what with what? Have you? You know. Yeah. Feels like it should connect to that, but it doesn't. Not there. Clip all these just in case. I need them for something else. there. Okay. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. There we go. All right. Now we're getting somewhere with some stuff. That there, that there. Okay. That goes there. Okay. That goes there. Yep. You're going to hear the audio in the background of my phone. I had to have the alarm on to make sure I'm ready to go when the alarm goes off, and also to make sure we got things set up properly in time for when we do the Game Awards and title update 4 for Monster Hunter World, stuff like that. So, apologies for the background noise. You hear it. Just my phone alerting me to, you know, it's time to set things up this way and that way. All right, come on, you. There we go. All right. Starting to move through this one a little better. Till we get to all this. No, my luck. All right. All right, get this going. But yeah, I was trying to sit here last night and today, honestly, sitting here trying to figure out what I was going to do tonight before we got to watching the Game Awards. If I was going to stream like at around the time of the Game Awards itself, just in like playing by itself. So that way, like, you know, we wouldn't miss out on what gets announced and everything. And like, you know, we could circumvent the idea of what could be coming out, you know, in the future. But luckily, like I said, last night I saw this morning when I got up that Title Update 4 dropped, and I was like, well, we can do some Title Update 4 talk and, you know, also talk about what's going on here with the stream and stuff and a few other things. So, you know. This is definitely the leg stuff, though, right here. Just don't know which way it fits. Nope. Okay. Clippy. Come on. Clip this stuff. Snip, snips. But also, chat, the reason why I decided to mute the audio stuff for the stream was because that way, in case we get to, like, we want to watch something, or like that way the stream happens and we do somehow get it up on YouTube tomorrow, or get up on YouTube this weekend. That way, nothing gets blown out the wrong way and stuff, and like, you know, people have the chance to hear everything that gets announced proper and stuff like that. So that's the idea behind that, at least. Right. Come on, clip it. Thank you. That has to be the arm stuff. There we go. That and that, and then there. Oh, you big mother trucker. All right. Yeah, it's the one they showed in the picture, so do that color scale. So I need the blue or that there. Yep. Pink. For those. And then the rest of this gets this. All right. There we go. Yeah, that's it. So, it took about 10 minutes, honestly. What do you think, chat? Should we do one more? Should we do one more robot and then set everything up? Or should we go ahead and just start setting up and watch the title update for Monster Hunter and then discuss about that until... Actually, no, we got until 7:30. Let's do it. Undo this. Yeah. Gonna do one more. What am I thinking? All right. Start off with this first so I can get that going later. Come on. Right there. That. All right, there's the face. There we go. Not go there though. Okay. All right, I'm trying to get this stuff done with like a little bit of time left over, so we have plenty of time to set everything up. But also like just to do it because I haven't done this game in a while, and I was wanting to do the Kamen Rider stuff. And now that we did the Kamen Rider stuff, I want to finish it up so I can 100% it on Steam. So I get the point, the achievements and stuff for it. So yeah. There we go. That there. That there. That and that. That and that. That and that. There we go. Okay. We're getting it, chat. We're getting it. Yeah. All right. All right. Okie dokie. That. Come on. Clippy clip. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Took it a minute. Took enough time. Jeez. Yep. That's the hips. All right, hips are done. Awesome. All right, we're getting through this pretty well now. Hell yeah. Now that my brain's starting to work a little bit more, it's starting to click in like, oh, this needs to go here, and this needs to go here. All right, cool. Let's not go there, though. Let's not go there. Okay, good to know. Snippy snips. So this here. All right. All right. Yeah, I would say those had to be the hands, right? Yep, hands. It's the Hans. There we go. No, H-I. We need to do I first. Need this one first, then we'll do K. Because I can remember the alphabet, I think. That North American, you know, school stuff. Really showing off right now. Okay, never mind. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's very weird how this is all setting up. Yeah. Nope. All right. It's so odd. When I find a piece that connects, we'll be freaking on the roll. I guarantee you. Nope. What the heck? All right, I need to pull the book out. Dang it. There we go. So that's the base of it right there. And these go down here like this. So, all right. There it is. That there and there. All right. Okay. Okay. This. Come on. Better. All right. Yeah. Okay. There it goes. There's that. Okay. That there. That there. That there. That there. That. There we go. That goes there. That goes there. Gosh, mighty. Hey. By the gods. Talk about a headache. Blue there. Pivot points. Yeah. Hands too. And then I think it's this one. Maybe. This. Come on. Okay. That's done. Sheesh. Okay. That one's done.